Toe to Toe Boxing Podcast and hashtag Toe to Toe. Listen up, give Sporting Icon a follow.
So on this video, I want to give everybody a real quick overview of exactly what's happening with the World Boxing Super Series. Of course, there's like a lot of confusion as to when does season 1 finish and who's in season 2, what weight classes, all that kind of thing. So I'm going to try and cover all that in this video for you. So click that thumbs up, subscribe, and maybe bookmark it somewhere. Maybe put it on your social media page or whatever, just so you can come back to it and find it in case you forget as to who's in it. Now, obviously season 1, we're still waiting on a date and venue for George Groves to defend his WBA super title versus Callum Smith, who's the WBC Diamond Champion, and of course the winner gets a crap load of money plus Muhammad Ali trophy, right? And two Brits going at it, fantastic at super middleweight, but as far as I'm aware, this fight will not actually be in the UK. It would make more sense for it to be, because you're going to get more of a pull, as in you're going to put more people inside the arena, right? But the World Boxing Super Series, they're looking at maybe making it abroad. Could be Germany, could be wherever. So we're still waiting on that one. But with the other one at cruiserweight, just to finish off season 1, Alexander Usyk, he's going to be going up for an undisputed cruiserweight championship against Murat Gassiev, and this will be on the 21st of July, so you're talking just under 2 weeks away. This will happen in Russia, Moscow to be precise. So once this happens, season 1 is then completed once we get a date for George Groves and Callum Smith, of course. But on the 21st of July, I believe it's the day before, or it could actually be the day after, I'm not too sure of this fight, but it won't be on fight day. Season 2, all the participants will be up on stage and choosing who it is that they're going to be fighting, because the seeds get to choose who it is that they fight, which makes it a bit interesting, of course. Now, season 2 is looking pretty good, and it's going to be shown here in the UK, probably on ITV. As far as I'm aware, it's not going to be Sky Sports. But for season 1, people in America and other parts didn't get to watch it because it wasn't shown in their country. But now it is going to be. For Americans who missed out on the first season, didn't get to watch all the cruiserweights and the super middleweights, you're now going to watch season 2 if you obviously sign up to DAZN. Of course, you get the first month free and all that kind of good stuff. I'm still waiting on how much it's going to cost. I believe it's going to be around about $10 a month. But anyway, so not only for DAZN do you get all 16 Matchroom USA shows and all 16 UK shows, but you're going to get all 3 tournaments from season 2 on DAZN as well. And to have that, obviously Americans need to have some kind of invested interest in these. Now, from the bantamweight division, you may well be interested if you're in America. Maybe this might gain a bit of interest for you. I mean, like me, I knew the super middleweights, but I didn't really know the cruiserweights. Now, after watching the tournament from season 1, I know a fair bit about who is the best ones around at cruiserweight. Going into this, all I really knew or heard of was Bradis, Tony Bellew, Alexander Usyk, Lebedev, and that was pretty much it, on Gassiev, of course. But the rest of them, I didn't really know too much. Mike Perez, yeah, I suppose you could say. But now I'm all right at cruiserweights. So it's a good educational tool, really, to be watching these tournaments. So again, if you don't really know too much about bantamweights, well, you're going to. Because already at bantamweight for season 2, as I said, there's going to be 3 weight divisions for season 2, opposed to 2 in the first one. So the first one of the 3 will be bantamweight. And we have 7 of the 8 participants already named. Zolani Tete, who is the WBO World Champion. Ryan Bennett, who's the WBA Super World Champion. Emmanuel Rodriguez, the IBF World Champion. Of course, Ryan Bennett did actually hold both those belts, but he vacated the IBF. And we have the WBA Regular Champion, Naoya Inoue. Fantastic stuff. So already out of those 4, we have 3 undefeated champions: Ryan Bennett, Rodriguez, and Inoue. In addition to this, we have Jason Maloney, 17-0, so undefeated, from Australia. Also, a very interesting name, Nonito Donaire, just come off of a loss to Carl Frampton, but of course he's a fantastic fighter, Donaire. So he's entering this tournament, and who knows, maybe he could win this one. You never know, right? He is the senior one so far, 35 years old, but also another senior one, and this one is Juan Carlos Payano, and he's from the Dominican Republic, I believe. So he's going to this with 20 wins and 1 loss. Now, we are waiting on the 8th guy. Who the 8th guy will be, really, really hard to tell. Right now, it could be a whole bunch of many other ones, right? So, I don't know. I really don't know who it could be. Now, it's not that important, to be honest. Already, the bantamweight's looking pretty good, right? Now, season 2, again, the 2nd weight class will be the super lightweights. And again, this one may be of a little bit of interest to those stateside, because already we have 2 guys from Belarus. I'm not saying that that's what's interesting to you, but I want to go through the names as already announced. There's 5 out of potential 8 names coming through. We have Kirill Relik, who is the WBA world champion, 22 wins, 2 losses. And we have Ivan Baranchek. He's 18-0 with 1 draw. So these 2 are from Belarus. And we have Anthony Yigit from Sweden, who's 21-0, also with a draw. And 13-0, arguably the favourite to win this one, Josh Taylor. He's just come off of a fantastic win the other weekend there against Victor Bostal. And to cap it off, the 5th one announced so far, Edward Tryanovsky. Now, again, he's 27-1. Now, this is already looking pretty good. But as I said, because it's going to be on DAZN, obviously people really want to know or be invested in stateside who's actually going to be at the 140 pounder. So we're still waiting on 3 of them. The other one that we do know, so the 6th participant will be the winner of Regis Prograis against Juan Jose Valesco. These 2 will be fighting this weekend on July the 14th in New Orleans, and this will be for the interim WBC World Lightweight title. So the winner of this one will actually also be in there. So we're still waiting on 2 more participants. But as I said, while Regis Prograis may be of interest to you, and maybe a couple of others, I suppose, you guys really need somebody else to really get your teeth into. So who could that possibly be? Ideally, somebody like Adrian Broner. That would turn heads, but would Adrian Broner, I know he considers himself quite a bit of a star, you know, he hasn't exactly been on a great run, but the likes of Adrian Broner entering this tournament would be something spectacular. I have heard that one of the guys that's going to be in it is going to be an Englishman specific, so not just British, but English, and potentially O'Hara Davis. Another guy that could be on there, maybe Omar Figueroa. He could be. Ryan Martin, why not? Tryanovsky, which he's already going to be in there. But Jack Catterall, again, he's a very good fighter. Terry Flanagan, maybe. Who knows? Maurice Hooker. You know, we'll have to wait and see as to what's going to be. But for me, I believe that the pull for those in America that's really going to want to potentially get DAZN to watch this Super Series, for me, it might be the 3rd one that really does it for you. And already, going by what Kalle Sauerland has said, or Kalle Sauerland, I should, if I could pronounce it properly, is that he said it's going to be a bigger weight than what's already there. And he says what he considers a bigger weight is middleweight and above. Now, we know it's not going to be middleweight because a lot of the titles are tied up, and he would ideally like the likes of Billy Joe Saunders in there, and Canelo and Triple G. But obviously all these guys have like their own things going on, plus for the fact they cost a lot of money. Now, the season 1, each tournament got £50 million. I don't know how much they're getting for season 2, no idea. So we're going to probably just go with £50 million for each one as well. So it's not going to be middleweight, we know that. It's not going to be super middleweight because they've already done it in season 1. Again, this is what Sauerland said. It's not going to be heavyweight, again, because you can't get all the top names like Joshua and Tyson Fury and Dillian White, because again, a lot of it's going to be money and profile on that, of course. So that rules out 3 of the potential 5 weight divisions. Could it be a repeat of cruiserweight? Would you really want to see cruiserweight again? Possibly not, to be fair. Again, especially if you're in America, because what great Americans do you have at cruiserweight? I don't know, not many, I would probably imagine, right? It's not a popping division in America, is what I'm really trying to say. And again, we've already had it for season 1. While it's still going to be a good tournament, if it was going to be cruiserweight, it just seems like it's almost a complete waste of time to do it again. So why not leave it another year or 2, let a few guys come through, and then put some new faces in there. So that would leave light heavyweight, and that's my pick. That's what I think it's going to be. So if it is going to be a light heavyweight, this one might be the one that's really going to get you guys to go, yeah, you know what, I want to buy this and I want to watch the damn tournament. So of course at light heavyweight, I know you're looking at what, Sergey Kovalev. Of course he's going to be going up against I forgot his name, Alvarez, sorry. You've got Adonis Stevenson, the WBC champion. You've got Dmitry Bivol, WBA champion. IBF champion Arthur Beterbiev. Of course, he's going to be going up against Callum Johnson real soon. So what we do know is that that fight is going to be on DAZN anyway, between Beterbiev and Callum Johnson. Would it be part of the Wbss tournament? We'll have to wait and find out if that's actually going to be part of it or a separate. Look at the other names on there. I mean, arguably Jürgen Bremer, of course, he was at super middleweight before, and obviously he got pulled out of the tournament because of injury. You've got Badu Jack in there. You've got Marcus Brown in there. You've got Sullivan Barrera in there. Joe Smith Jr. Karo Murat. There's so many names that you could fit in at light heavyweight. But, I mean, that's my pick anyway. I believe it'll be light heavyweight. I don't think it's going to be productive for people stateside to really want to be watching cruiserweight. But hey, you never know, I could be wrong. So anyway, I'm just getting that news out there for you right now. As I said, that's the bantamweight and junior welterweight, or the 140 pounders, depending on what you want to call them. And now we're still waiting on the third weight class to be officially announced. So already it's looking real good. As I said, with the bantamweights, it's looking fantastic. I mean, for me, this is the standout one so far, no doubt about it. Who's going to be the favourite? I don't know. I mean, if you just look at the bantamweights, I mean, Tete versus Ryan Burnett, or against Emmanuel Rodriguez, or Inoue, or Donaire, or Maloney, or Peanano. Who knows? I mean, Donaire versus Inoue. What a great fight that would be. Ryan Burnett versus Inoue. Ryan Burnett versus Tete. Rodriguez, fantastic fighter. Him going up against Donaire. Looking real good. Anyway, I thought I'd get all that news out there for you so far. So at the minute, we don't have the WBC champion from bantamweight in there yet, but who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Maybe this will be the 8th participant, and we can get an undisputed bantamweight champion. Let's wait and find out. Drop your thoughts below. Click that thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.